everyone, Rosemarie Havsom back again to help you take full control of your life by what you choose to put at the end of your fork. So let's get into it. We've heard so much about health and wellness, and now that President-elect Trump is on the verge of taking office, we have some things to look forward to. It might be interesting to see what he has to do with health. As you know, he's already appointed, for pending approval, Robert Kennedy Jr. to be the head of his Make America Healthy Again campaign. And I'm liking what I'm hearing with Robert Kennedy Jr. It's got some good things there, things that I've been saying for years. So I'm hoping that the American people will listen and follow suit because we need to get healthier. One of the things that has come up though is that people have been bombarded with messages about how to stay healthy. Does this diet work? Paleo versus Mediterranean versus Atkins back in the day versus carnivore versus vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. Look, okay. There are so many things coming at us. What we need to do is to look at the outcome of those diets. Okay? Now, if we're just looking at balance, let's look at balance. And one of the things that we need to look at is our brain health. Our brain health is so important. And we have so much that is working against our brains just from the food that we're deciding to eat because it's so processed, genetically modified, so many additives and chemicals and colors, artificial colors and flavors that are being added that it is doing our brain a disservice. It's actually making it fire wrong. So our wires are getting crossed and the wrong kind of neuroplasticity is being developed because the brain is trying to function with poor or low nutrient foods. Let's take a look at what a neurologist has to say about the weakening of America.
The scariest thing I see as a neurologist is the gradual weakening of America. And when I say weakening, I mean muscle weakness. I see my patients who continue to get weaker and weaker because they don't use their muscles. Not using your muscles and not moving not only has effect on your body, but has effects on every aspect of your life, and most importantly, your brain. So that's one of the scariest things I see as a neurologist.
So there you have it. There's a lot going on. It's not just about not exercising. Exercise is one of the pinnacles of staying healthy. You eat really well, then you balance it out with exercise, and then the third pillar is sleeping. These three things are the basic building blocks of having health and a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy spirit. But as a neurologist mentioned, she's seeing a weakening of Americans. And unfortunately for African Americans, we're seeing that a lot more in those communities than any other racial group. Why is that? Well, statistically, there's a lot more African Americans who are choosing to eat poor nutrient foods, foods that are not nourishing their bodies, fast foods, ultra processed foods. Anything that is not real food is going to do your brain a disservice. It's not just making you fat, and it's not just making you sick with preventable chronic illnesses, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and overweight and obesity. These are preventable chronic illnesses that can be prevented if we really pay attention to what we're eating and eat real food. The second pinnacle of exercise, as the neurologist said, is that we're seeing a lot of weakening of muscles of African American, overall weakening of our muscles, as well as an increase in chronic inflammation leading to chronic preventable illnesses. Unfortunately for us, it's more than any other racial group. What is the consequence of this? The consequence is weakening of our muscles, leading to a poor quality of life. You're not supposed to be using a cane just because you turn 50 or 60 or even 70 years of age. If your food has been supporting your body, you're not going to be suffering from preventable illnesses that are going to take away your independence. Independence. Can we be real for a moment? We take for granted the ability to get up out of bed on our own every morning. We take for granted the ability to sit down and get up off a chair and sit down and get up off a toilet. As one person put it, I'd like to be able to get off a toilet on my own when I'm 70 years old. And the way that we're going right now with the trends of the lack of exercise in the African American community, it's not going to be favorable to us. We need to make sure that we are moving our bodies so that our brains can stay healthy. We need good neuroplasticity to be developed from healthy eating, which is feeding our brains and feeding our muscles. We need to make sure that not only is our brain getting healthy foods and healthy nutrients, but that we're having the right amount of fats. And a lot of people think that, oh, you're going to get fat if you eat fat. No, the brain needs it. It's almost 70% fat. That's what the brain is composed of. It's the fattiest organ in our bodies, and it needs help. So if you want to make sure that you live your life with vitality and you have independence in your later years, then watch what you eat. Eat real food. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a complicated diet or regime or anything drastic, unless you're at the point where you need to take drastic measures. But baby steps, step, every day is something that you can do to make the maximum amount of change in your life over time. Do you have something to say about your brain health? Then comment that below and let's get the conversation going. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And please remember my YouTube channel is Havsom, which is HAV for Victor, SOM for Mother. Let's continue the conversation there, and to your good health. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.